Hey guys, welcome back to another All Things Nerd video. As always, my name is Nathan. Today I want to do a little bit of a different video, as normally this channel is focused on obviously World of Warcraft and out of bounds content. But I thought, being all things nerd, we can throw on a different game here or there. I wanted to shed some light on a demo I just played. It was a game called Twisted Tower. It's I don't know how you describe it. It's like a first-person action-adventure horror game, I guess you could say. It takes a lot of inspiration from the BioShock games. For those of you who love playing BioShock as much as I did growing up, you'll really appreciate this game coming out. It's being developed by Atmos Games, and the publisher is actually 3D Realms. I have never actually heard of this game until I actually saw a video on it on YouTube a couple days ago. I don't remember who I saw it from, but it had popped up on my feed, and I was really happy it did because I love the demo. I'm definitely probably going to be picking this game up once it comes out on Steam. And for those of you that like really dark carnival type theme things like clowns and carnival animals and just the carnival type feel of being in a carnival and stuff like that, you'll really appreciate this game. If you have a big fear of clowns and stuff, I would not recommend this for you. I just got done playing the demo. It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be giving my thoughts on it, and I want to recommend everyone else to play it. I hope you can go pick it up on Steam. It's not out yet, but you can pick up the demo for free. It took me probably around maybe an hour to get through the demo. It wasn't very long, but they do give you quite a bit to explore. And without spoiling anything, if you want to play the demo, I highly recommend you do first before I get into the gameplay and show you gameplay and talk about it. I don't want to spoil anything for you. So if you're planning on trying this game out, pause the video here and then go check out, play the demo and then come back and check out my review. But I wanted to get my feedback, and maybe even if the developers are listening, maybe they can hear some of my comments that I wanted to make. But really awesome game. I'm excited for it to come out. Like I had said, most likely going to be purchasing it, and I'm just super excited because I loved BioShock growing up so much. It was the original BioShock is probably my all-time favorite video game, besides World of Warcraft and maybe even other games. But I'm hoping that BioShock 3 comes out, if it ever, we'll ever see the light of it. I really enjoy BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite. This game also reminds me a lot of Carnival. For those of you that played the Carnival, shooter in the arcade growing up, you'll appreciate this, and you'll know what I'm talking about once you play it. But yeah, guys, let's dive into the gameplay. I'm going to show you some gameplay footage and just kind of give my thoughts and sharing some details about the game. All right, let's get right into talking about the game. So the game is set, as you can see, in London in 1945, and you actually play as a man named Tiny, but his real name is actually Tiny Martin. And he was actually involved in the war, and I guess his wife or his girlfriend or whatever actually had left him for another man, and that's why you actually see him laying on the bed. And so he's depressed, drinking himself away. Somebody actually slipped something under the door, which is, win treasure beyond measure, and he accepts it, and he actually is going to this island, which is called, I don't know what the island's called, but you see in there in the distance, called Twisted Tower. Now, the game, I'll tell you, you're going to see here in just a second, the atmosphere in the game is very unique in a sense that it does have a lot of stolen from BioShock, so it's not unique in that sense, but it's unique in the sense that it has its own vibe to it, and I love it a lot. When you first arrive on the island, you can see here that the atmosphere is just dark. It's very gloomy. For those of you who love BioShock, like I had mentioned, you're going to love this game. There's so many similarities to BioShock. For instance, when you first arrive, it's kind of like you're getting off the bathysphere in the beginning of BioShock as you go down to the water and Andrew Ryan talks to you. It's a very similar setup here. One thing you'll notice is you'll actually collect carnival tickets, and with these tickets that you collect, you can exchange them to upgrade your weapons in the game. So the first thing you actually get here is called a twisted mallet, And so like in BioShock, obviously you get the crowbar, and the enemies in this game are like humans dressed up as these twisted, creepy animals, and they'll have like these bear masks on and giraffes and stuff like that. And you'll see that some of the gameplay, you have a melee weapon just like BioShock, and you can switch between weapons. So later on, you'll get a pistol, and then you also get a Tommy gun, or like a Tommy machine gun. And then you also get a harpoon in the demo. So they do give you 4 different weapons in the demo. You see the creepy carousel going on. And I was kind of just breaking some of these boxes. One thing I want to mention is that in the game, it's not the same through every demo playthrough. I've never seen this from a game developer before, which I thought was really unique. And I don't want to ruin a moment real quick. There's actually the creepy dude that runs by. But what I mean by that is, in the game, when you play through the demo, like I've already played through the demo one time, and I actually played through it a second time, which is actually my second playthrough. So I already kind of knew where things were. But when you get into the tower itself, you're going to notice that not all the floors are the same. You actually do different floors each time.
Climb to the top, brave and clever. Claim the treasure. Yours forever.
And so the game is about Tiny Martin, and he's trying to get back Charlotte, the love of his life. And it's revealed that, spoilers, in the demo, that Mr. Twisted, who's actually the owner of the Twisted Tower, it's a carnival castle, as you would say. He's actually the one that has kidnapped Charlotte from Tiny Martin. Now, we don't know the backstory. I don't know why his name is Martin, Tiny, or Tiny. I don't know why Charlotte's been kidnapped by Mr. Twist. It doesn't show anything. You do see this creepy lady floating. There's Mr. Twisted right there. You kind of get a little glimpse of him. Breaking stuff in the environment, you'll notice you'll get like tickets. And these tickets, like I said earlier, you can turn into upgrade your weapons. So instead of having like Adam in BioShock, you have the tickets as a system of currency. And here goes an enemy here, like a typical enemy that you'll fight. Obviously, I already knew he was going to jump up because I had played through the demo one time.
Welcome to the Twisted Tower, where your wildest dreams will bloom and flower. Through sleek halls and wonders grand, you'll squeal for more at my command. And if you reach the top tonight, the treasure may steal Charlotte's heart outright. Yes, Tiny, we know all about Charlotte.
So there you go. That's Mr. Twister right there. He's the one that has kidnapped Charlotte, and you're just trying to go and save her. And obviously you need to go into the Twisted Tower to play his games. One thing I do love about the game is that if you go off and do a little bit of exploration, you will get rewarded for it. So you can see me here. I'm finding extra tickets to spend on future items that I want to spend on. You can hit the balloons and they'll also give you tickets. There's like garbage cans and bins and any sort of things you can go through that will let you completely, find tickets and stuff. Now, you do have a stamina system. So right there, I actually ran out of breath and my guy couldn't keep running. So I had to slow down and recharge. Now, this is the first time entering the castle. As you enter the castle, you will notice it's really creepy and eerie. So it says, win her back. Ha 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 ha. And there's actually Mr. Twisted right there. He's right behind you, Mr. Twister. So that's what he looks like. You can't really get close to him because right there he disappears. And then the gate shuts. And then if you turn around, you can go through the funhouse mirror. So pretty awesome. All right, so jumping straight back into the gameplay, you can see here that there's this hanging man that has his head decapitated, which is pretty creepy. And there is signs and messages written on the wall in blood. And, you know, it's very, very reminiscent and similar to BioShock. The feel and everything you get of this game is just BioShock vibes everywhere. You know, it feels like you're in like a carnival version of Rapture. And I obviously, you know, that's definitely what the developers were going for. And I'm super happy because, you know, I've been waiting for a game to come around just like BioShock. Haven't seen a game similar to BioShock in a long time, especially the original. So I was super all over this game, having that vibe, and super happy that they decided to go that route. The atmosphere in the tower itself is creepy, and not so creepy to a point where you don't want to keep going and walking around. You'll see in a couple of moments I'll freak out and I'll actually have a jump scare. And I already knew the enemy was coming, which was sad. But this is the first example coming up called the Real Boy Station. Obviously, that is a reference to Pinocchio. And you can tell that, so you can actually use these machines to upgrade your weapons. And so I'm upgrading my mallet here. And this is going to give me the Thunder Whack to whack. So it's going to allow me to do double damage to my foes when I attack them. And then I'm also going to, so if I can like wind up the mallet to do more damage, and I'm also just going to get a damage boost in general. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time the second playthrough like smashing all the balloons and smashing the pumpkins and blah, 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 blah. So you can find tickets everywhere. The balloons, the pumpkins, and cash registers. One thing I want to mention here is it's called Yummy. They're just twisted snacks. Basically, this is your health and the way you get health in the game. So you can hold up to 10 snacks at a time, or treats as you would call them. And if you press F on the keyboard for the computer, you are able to regenerate your health. You'll find NPCs around in the game that are just creepy like this, and they're wearing masks. And obviously they're people who work for Mr. Twisted in the tower.
Skepticism. You're not the looker, as you're well aware. That said, as long as you keep these pristine halls tidy, I think you and I can get along.
So she's like the creepy maid, Patricia, who works in the tower, and she cleans after all the bloodshed. So obviously she's been here for a while, and now this is just a random like bouncing thing I found. Obviously, I think there's a thing in the game later on you'll find that where you're able to bounce up really high. That's my guess. So this is an elevator that's going to be a really essential part of the game. This is going to allow you to have access to different floors, but you need an elevator card to do that. So I'm going to insert the elevator card. It's going to allow me to go up to level 1. And this is where it's going to go up to the second level. And this is where it's going to start in the dining hall. So there you go. I did a charged up attack with my mallet and basically one-shot the Huggy Bear, the creepy dude wearing the bear mask, and I was able to kill him at one time. You'll notice that there's like these random NPCs hanging about. So that guy over there in the corner, he won't hurt you. He won't harm you at all. I don't remember what his name is. I think it's like Joseph or something like that. And you'll talk to him, and you'll see here in a minute. I'll actually go talk to him. Look how creepy that face is in the mask. And here I am getting some more tickets. So in the environment of the game, you're going to have different locked areas that you're going to have to go find like a lever or something to pull, and this will actually unlock the gate. So we're going to have to go on like a hunt to go find that lever and find out where it's at. And you'll actually get random messages on the TV from Mr. Twister himself.
It's about the prize, so handle it with care. The prize is not quite what you'd expect, it's true. But trust me, you'll like it more than you knew.
And it reminds me so much of oh, so here's an enemy right here. You'll find these robotic like telephones charging at you. They're like demonic telephones with sharp teeth. They remind me so much of the cartoon phones from the movie Skinamarink. I don't know how many of you saw Skinamarink, but very similar to that. So here goes one of the NPCs, quote unquote. This is a secret area. I don't know what's so secret about it. He just walked across stairs, but his name's Jonathan. And there you go. He basically craps himself holding 3 cigarettes and staring at you with the creepy mask. So what that's all about, I have no idea. So obviously there's going to be some really weird stuff in this game to find out about. So I'm definitely excited to buy it in the future and pick it up. So this is going to be our first actual gun or weapon we're going to pick up. It's called the Misfire.
Is this a toy?
And this actually gives you a hint of, have you tried the roasted duck? And it's just like a play on words here that you're going to be fighting a duck NPC coming up here with a shotgun. So this is one thing I really love about the game. So this is called X Marks the Twist. Basically, every time you do a new playthrough of the game, if you do multiple playthroughs, different areas of the game will be unlocked of plays that you didn't have the first time.
Restricted. The doors marked with an X are closed due to reconstruction. Come back later, and maybe this area will be ready for visitors.
So basically,
I should come back here after I get to the top of the
once you beat the game, apparently, you can come back and do another playthrough, and then this area will be unlocked. It's like under construction. So that's a way that the developers are keeping people from, or keeping people to come back and play their game multiple times. So right now I'm actually upgrading the Misfire. It costs tickets to do so. One thing I loved about the developers allowed you to do was you're allowed to upgrade all your weapons that you get in the demo. They give you just enough tickets to do it, which is great.
Pleasure doing business, big guy.
But I'm glad we were able to do that, because it would kind of suck if you weren't able to. So coming up here in just a second, so there's a key that we need to get. It's the blue key, I'm assuming. So coming up here in just a second, you'll see my camera shake, and I get really freaked out. Right there. I actually had jumped, and that dude freaked me out. So you'll just see scary moments like that in the game. And you'll have a lot of those, but the pacing is nice. It's not overwhelming. It's not like you're just, you know, you go a little bit, oh, there's some jump scares, and you'll fight a bunch of enemies, and then you'll go a little bit and there's some jump scares and some puzzles. And so it really is a good pace that they put in this game, to be real. You'll see a lot of nods to BioShock with like the TVs and the baby carriages, because if you remember in the first BioShock, the woman in the beginning, when you first get to Rapture, she is, you know, slowly, you know, rocking her baby, quote unquote, but it's actually a pistol in the carriage, if you remember. So there's just a lot of things ripped off from BioShock that I love it, because I love BioShock, so I'm glad they did, but it's just funny to see those things. So here goes our first quick time event, I guess you could say. So this is what's going to happen. So basically, you got to kill all the enemies in the room that are going to spawn, and then you're able to go advance to the next area. And you do get like 2 or 3 of these in the demo. So you actually do you get quite a lot to play through in the demo, which I was pretty happy about. And once you kill the last enemy, the doors will unlock and you're able to continue. So there I'm picking up some more food to eat, which is health. And I'm just about to kill the last enemy. There we go. And then as you see, the doors will unlock. So in the game, there's different like these switches, which will basically turn the whole map upside down. Just this room though, it doesn't actually do the whole tower, but it's pretty crazy though. And then it wants you to go pull the lever over there, and you never know like what you're kind of getting into, because I thought maybe someone was gonna like pop out and try to scare you or something, but it's just a way to kind of keep you on edge, because if you look down, you'll notice that you can just fall to your death. But the atmosphere is just creepy. I wanted to get another look of the room that was upside down, because I thought it'd be kind of cool to see from the another view. I had another little jump scare there. You didn't really see it, but I did. He did scare the crap out of me for a second. I forgot that he was there. As you can tell, each room doesn't have too many enemies. It's not very overwhelming, and that just might be just the demo. You know, I don't know how many enemies are actually going to be in the real game. If this is what's in the real game, I have no idea. So right here, I call these rest rooms, or like save rooms technically. They give you a chance to save the game, and you can like, would you like to open this for food? But I already had food, so popcorn buckets give you 2 food, and the hot dog account is just 1, or the corn dogs I should say. But this is just like a break room where you can spend tickets to get ammo or food or something you might need. So right here, you want to spend 150 tickets for ammo, and I said yes, and then so I picked up more pistol ammo. But here we go, another quick time event. This is what I was talking about. I didn't do this room the first playthrough. I actually had a whole nother room to play through. So I thought that it was really cool that the developers allowed you to play through the demo multiple times and it be a different experience each time. Like, that's really unique, honestly. I've never seen games ever do that. So here's our second weapon we're going to pick up of the game. It's called the Tickling Tommy. Play off of the Tommy gun, obviously. Really powerful weapon. Kill enemies in a few shots with it. Very similar to the Tommy gun you get in BioShock, obviously. But we're in like the creepy kitchen. Forgot about that duck. So there's the duck with the shotgun for the first time. So it's just really simple little puzzles. So you can tell like this game isn't made by a AAA developer. There's just little puzzles that you do. It's nothing complicated. You know, it's like, oh, turn, you know, go around the corner and press the button. Like, oh, I wonder what this does. You know, it's very obvious. So, but it's still neat that they put these little things in the game. But being a small developer, whoever made this game, you could tell, I mean, they did a great job on it. So really, really cool. Now, these are actually trap doors, and these traps will kill you if you fall into them. So gotta avoid those and be careful. And this is the lever we were looking for in the game. And there was actually an enemy over there. So I had crouched down and shot the duck and killed him. There we go. I already killed him, but I didn't know I killed him. And there were some people below me. So I was like, let's just kill the people real quick too. I don't have to jump down and deal with them. There we go. That was it. So I dropped down. I did pick up one of the corn dogs, as you saw there. You do got to keep on your feet because the game will keep you on your toes. That was terrible aim right there. I don't know why didn't I just break out my machine gun and kill the guy. So I paid 30 tickets and got, you know, almost 75 back. I would take your time going around corners and everything because you never know who you're going to face or who you're going to run into. The reloading takes a minute for this gun. Look at this creepy thing. It's like a giant spider with a top hat. I don't know if that's like a foreshadowing what might come in the future. You're going to fight like a spider boss or something. Who knows? Now that's the door we wanted to open, remember, back a while back. And that's where Jonathan is, down below. He's still over there creepily watching us. And we're going to pick up this thing here. It's the Twisted token. So Mr. Twisted gives you a special prize if you, or a gift, if you turn it into him.
Well, hee-haw, little tiny Martin, the magical mess maker. Blood everywhere. It's a god-awful shame. I can't keep cleaning up your mess, Tiny.
I got the best deals and upgrades.
So this is what I was talking about. The demo allows you to upgrade your weapon as far as possible. So you only get 4 weapons technically, but the harpoon you can't actually use as a weapon. I don't think. So there we go. I upgraded the Tommy gun to the full. And we're gonna go back to the lobby.
my honor with great delight to reveal the prize of Twisted Tower tonight. If you reach the top, through trial and fight, you shall win. Sweet Charlotte, right?
So this is the harpoon. This allows you to grapple onto spots that have the blue light, and you're gonna need that because so in the game I talked about puzzles. This is kind of like the first puzzle that you have to solve. Really simple. It did take me a minute the first demo playthrough. I was like, what do I do? And I was like, oh, I'm being stupid. So you just grapple onto the blue spots, grapple up. And I actually had a double tap there with the hammer because I last time one of those remote controlled cars or whatever had popped out. And then you just run back and it's on a timer and there you go. It opens the door and that's the puzzle. Really simple. But you're going to have puzzles like that. And I'm sure they get harder and more difficult later on. There goes the other elevator card to advance. So we're actually back out in the lobby area where we needed to come in. So this is the finale of the game. Once you get in the elevator and try to go to the next floor, the game just cuts off. But enjoy for just a second. You fight a bunch of, like a huge wave of enemies, and then basically the demo ends right here. So this is actually a new enemy type you haven't seen yet. It's a giant clown with a fat clown with a minigun. So pretty cool. This one of the teddy bear shield guys. There you go. That's pretty much the end of the demo right there. You're just gonna see me go and collect some more stuff on the right side with my grapple hook. But yeah, guys, so that is Twisted Tower. I don't know when the release is gonna be. I'm really excited to pick it up. I'm definitely gonna be buying this game when it comes out. I had a lot of fun with it. If I had some criticisms for the developers and the developers watch this, video, I would say that one thing I would like to see is you're able to aim down the sights of guns. You're basically hip firing the whole time during the demo. So I wish that they allowed that in the future. Maybe they could add that in where you're able to aim down sights. The guns are pretty accurate with the enemies, so it's not too bad. My other criticism, I wish there was like some music played when you fight enemies sometimes. It's like really quiet and awkward when you're like fighting like 3 enemies and there's like nothing going on. It's just you and the enemy. So I guess they do give that, you know, that atmosphere of like you're basically, you know, you're just, it gives like that atmosphere of you're just alone in the tower by yourself trying to fight up, right? So if I had another criticism, I don't know. I mean, the game is cool. I think there could be definitely some touch-ups on some of the enemies. I feel like the NPCs are kind of dumb sometimes. So, for instance, one thing is when you have those quick time events, or I guess you'd call them, right, where you jump into a room and they lock the room with the doors. It would be really nice if they made it so the enemies don't just all spawn where you know they're going to spawn. So, you know, you can tell it's not randomized. Like, you know where the enemies are going to come from, basically. So you could just stand in one corner of the room and they'll funnel their way to you. But other than that, I didn't really have too many, you know, criticism. I thought it was a really fun game. It definitely piqued my interest. You know, I'm excited to see like what type of story this game's going to unfold, because obviously there is some sort of twist, no pun intended, to the game. And who is Mr. Twister? Why is he doing this to this guy? There's obviously some sort of backstory to all this, or maybe not. Maybe this is just there is no story. Maybe you're just a guy trying to get his woman back from an evil clown. I don't know. You know, that's just something we're gonna have to find out. But that's it, guys. That is my take on Twisted Tower. Definitely going to be picking this game up on Steam. I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know the release date. I'll definitely be following the development of it, and hopefully you guys will too. It looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, I want to do something a little different. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining me on this video. As always, my name is Nathan. Take care.